So one of my pieces of advice for you is that you start to take the process of learning and understanding extremely seriously. Your job here in life is not to screw around and to have fun and to watch TV and play video games and eat good food and all that sort of stuff. You can do all those things. I'm not denying any of those to you. You can enjoy all the pleasures of life. So what I teach, my philosophy, is not some hardcore ascetic philosophy where you deny yourself all the pleasures. No, not at all. Enjoy the pleasures, but realize that those are all desserts. Those are all secondary, tertiary, and even further down the list sort of things. Your first priority should be understanding and learning. If you can nail understanding and learning, that's going to be the master key that unlocks everything else for you, every other domain in life. That's what you'll discover. And if you don't get a handle on learning and understanding, then how will you ever understand what life is? How will you ever understand all of its subcomponents and subdomains? You won't, and by not understanding it, you're going to act like a fool, thinking you understand something that you don't really understand, oversimplifying things, and then getting yourself into trouble. See, you think you understand how you're going to generate happiness in your life, so you go do some heroin or some drugs, and then you discover, you get trapped in that, and then through a painful process, you discover that your understanding of how happiness works was completely backwards, which is why you went for the drugs and then you had to make a painful return out of them to find true happiness, you see. But why did that whole process happen? It's because you didn't have enough depth of understanding of what happiness is and how to get it. This is just but one example. This understanding or this learning, this will be something that you'll be doing for the rest of your life. And it's important you start as soon as possible to start understanding reality at deeper and deeper levels as soon as possible. Try to independently for yourself understand everything you come into contact with. Are you inside of a house? Try to understand what a house is. How is it built? Where did it come from? Are you walking down the street and walking through a park? Try to understand what a park is, where trees come from, how they grow, what they do, what their function on the planet is. Are you in a relationship with some friend? Try to understand what a relationship is. Wonder about that. Try to understand the dynamics of relationships. Are all relationships the same, or are they different? Is there a difference between man-man relationships versus man-woman relationships? Sexual relationships versus platonic relationships? See, friendships versus boss-worker or boss-employee relationships? What kind of common factors are there between different relationships? And through this process, everything that you're interacting with life, try to recognize that if you're new here, it's all foreign to you. You're learning it for the first time. You have no idea what anything is. And one of the greatest mistakes you can make is just to take other people's words for what things are. You need to cultivate an attitude of independence of mind where you are independently, curiously thinking through what things are for yourself. Of course, you can read books and you can watch videos and you can take advice from others like myself. But ultimately, you're going to have to run all that through your own independent intellect. Even this advice that I'm giving you right now, how do you know it's true? How do you know it's good? How do you know I'm not leading you into a trap? How do you know I don't have some ulterior motive? You don't know. So what do you do in this case? Do you turn off the recording and then not listen to some good advice? No, you have to think through it and work through it yourself. That's why you're here. That's why you were born, is to figure all this stuff out. There's a bunch of different puzzles here and you're figuring them out every single day, every single year of your life. You're being faced with new challenges, new puzzles, and you got to be figuring it out. Whereas most people, most of your friends and colleagues and family members, they're going to be lazy. They're not going to want to go through the intellectual work of trying to understand things at a deep level. They're going to be satisfied with surface level understanding of things. And that's how they get trapped.